Pucci is here. So I had pieces of the Guerlain Pucci collection before, and I showed you the lipstick case and the bronzer. But today I'm going to show you the entire collection and tell you whether it's worth picking up. So many of you, like me, are a little salty with Guerlain right now because they changed their lipstick cases. Here's the new ones, and they are very similar to the old ones, but slightly different. Different enough so that you cannot put the former lipsticks in these cases, which is extremely annoying because the cases are incredibly expensive, and I collected the old cases and they're beautiful and stunning, but now the new lipsticks don't fit in the old cases and vice versa. So I was not going to pick up any more Guerlain Rouge G cases. And then the Pucci collection was announced. And so you see here that I did pick up the new case and a new lipstick, and I also have the new color of the lipstick. It's a very deep, almost burgundy brown. That's on its way to me. I don't have that one yet, but I do have one of the new shades. And the reason I did it is I'm a big fan of Pucci, and I actually don't have any Pucci items in my collection. I don't have any ready to wear. I don't have any scarves, nothing. I have nothing from Pucci, but I've always admired the designs. So I thought, okay, this is my chance to have something from Pucci without the price tag attached to some type of item from Pucci, like a ready to wear or scarf or whatever. So I picked up the collection. First, I want to say that the design, the collection itself, is like jewelry or like artwork. It's not just stamped on. This is not a design that has been transferred in some way. This has raised edges. The gold is raised, and you can see it if I kind of turn it a little bit, and it is superbly done. When we talk about packaging and when we talk about our disappointment in brands that have not lived up to their former status as it relates to packaging, Guerlain went out of their way with Pucci on this one. The Meteorites canister by itself is stunning. It's a work of art. It really is. It's quite beautiful. And the packaging that comes with the bronzer and the brush are reusable, really well done, well stitched creations. And you can actually see the time and energy that went into these pieces. These are not cheaply done. The edges are done well. The zipper is got the little emblem on the end of it, and it's hefty. All of it, there's attention to detail here. So I will give them that and say I'm impressed with the packaging and the way that they release the items. All of these products are available online. They're online at Guerlain, they're online at Saks, they're online at Neiman's, they're online at Nordstrom. I think they're at Macy's. They sold out of the bronzer pretty quickly on Nordstrom. I'm hoping it will come back for those of you who want to buy it at Nordstrom. I tried to provide as many links as I possibly could so that you could see all the different items and where they were available if you want to pick up the collection. Today I'm going to use all the products, show you what it looks like, and give you some swatch comparisons for the bronzer, because the bronzer in and of itself may be the item that is selling the fastest because of the case, and because the eyeshadow quad, to be honest, is an odd choice of colors, at least in my opinion. I think there's a lot of other shades they could have picked for this: the baby blue, the green, frankly the yellow, the pink. But the shades that they chose, I'm not absolutely sure what that was about. Again, the packaging is so beautifully done that I don't want to knock it, but I'm still a little confused. The foundation I have on is the Terracotta foundation, which is a great foundation from Guerlain. It looks great on. It's 24-hour wear, supposedly. I never get 24-hour wear out of anything, but I think it's really good, and I have it in 0C. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm gonna put the lipstick on because I feel very, very pale right now. And the shade that I picked up in the lipstick is, again, I have the new one coming, but it's on its way. This is 03. This is Nude Intense. It's almost I'd say it's like a rosewood shade. I don't know how they got nude out of it, but it's almost, I'd say, like a rosewood shade. What I'll say about the formula versus the old formula, this is lighter. It's lighter in intensity. Like the other one was creamier and heavier. This is lighter. I feel like it's a little less scented. I mean, it's still scented. It's silkier, less creamy. We'll see how it wears, but it definitely still has a scent. And the packaging, like I said, is, I mean, it's stunning. I will say the Pucci packaging is exactly what I wanted it to be. So for the eyeshadow, I am going to attempt to make this usable. And I will swatch it for you first. Swatches. We've got an orangey red, a grayish black, a white, and a grape purple, which kind of goes with the nails, which are going to be gone very soon. But again, this is an interesting choice. I'm going to make it work. You know what we're going to do? We're going to use the red as blush. That's what we're going to do. We're going to use the Wayne Goss F5 for this because this is a brush that makes blush less intense. And we're going to do it that way because this reddish orange is not going to look great on me as a eyeshadow. And I'll tell you why. I have reddish hair. I have, I guess you would say, auburn hair. And that's just not going to be a good look for me. That's going to be, that's not going to, you can see like when I'm trying to be careful with it. When I deposit a little too much of it, it's orangey. Like it's an orangey red. Those of you who like an orangey red blush though, this is gonna be great for you. Yeah, as a blush, that's very pretty. Now again, I went in extremely lightly. I have a lot of natural light coming in these days, so I turned down the lighting in here. I think you can see my face a little bit better. And yes, I do look paler than I've looked before, and I will tell you something, I think it's a product that I'm using. And if you watch my Instagram feed, you know what that product is. And I've been using it I'm going to use it for 30 days in a row. And I think it's making my skin lighter, which is interesting. Probably getting rid of like dark spots and stuff and aging. But yeah, it's interesting. My skin does look lighter. So if you suddenly think my skin looks like more even and lighter, it's not the lighting. I think it's my skin because the camera settings haven't changed. Yeah, this is like a Grimace purple. If you know who Grimace is, or if you need to look it up, go ahead. But that's what this is. This is a Grimace purple. Now, I think if you shear this out, it's gonna be nice. But I think for me, given how pale I am and how much paler I look lately, this is not a shade that I want to go in with a lot of intensity. I just think on me, it won't look, I don't think it'll be flattering. How's that? I think on a deeper skin tone though, if you're looking for something that has a lot of pigment, this is definitely, I mean, I'm using a very fluffy brush here, guys. And I'm very light in my application. Like I'm not putting pressure on this brush. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. And then we're gonna take the white and kind of blend it into the purple. So we'll almost get like a pinky purple kind of thing going. Again, a very fluffy brush. And then the black, because the black has a little bit of gray to it. And what I'm gonna do very, very lightly is create almost like a little triangle out here. You don't like using like a liquid liner because it's just complicated, but you want something a little dramatic. Take a small brush like this and take something like a black or, you know, a gray, something deep, and literally just stamp it on the corner of your eye. And then you can go back in after you like wipe off your brush a little and just blow it out so that you've got like a little bit more drama. And then you can line your lashes with it and tie it in. And I'll show you what I mean. See how it gives it a little bit more of something? And then take a liner brush, as soon as I can find my liner brush. So tie it in on that side, same there. And then I'm gonna take the purple and go over it, just so that do the same on the top, but I'm gonna keep it lined sort of on the outer edge, and then just make it really soft as I go in. Go back with the purple, do the same. There you go. It's gonna look really good for Halloween. Like the colors. I didn't mean that it looks like cartoonish. I just meant, you know, colors. All right, so then I'm just gonna go back in and pat just to make sure everything is solid and where I want it to be. Very usable palette if you use it the way that I just did. That's my 2 cents. Now again, if you're not as pale as me, if you have, you know, a deeper skin tone, I think you can use this palette. You can use this palette any way you want to, but I feel like the colors are very strong, and the way that I use it is probably the most everyday friendly way to wear it. Okay, so let's use the bronzer. Now, before I pull out the bronzer and use it on my face, I want to show you the pink part of the bronzer is overspray. So that's gone the minute you use it. So if you're looking at it and saying that you love the pink part of it, pink part goes bye-bye very, very quickly. So let's compare it to 3 of my favorite bronzers. Let's use the RMS Beach Walk Betty. This is a newer one to my collection, but I really like this bronzer. I think it's a great bronzer. It's definitely cool leaning, but it's got a beautiful luminescence to it. Looks great on my skin, and I know it works great on people with a deeper skin tone as well. So it's very flattering, I think. And the formula is just amazing. Now, this third one I'm putting on is Terra, and you can see how much, you know, lighter Terra is and how I have to build it up a lot more, because Terra is just a much less pigmented bronzer. Okay, so this is RMS Beach Walk Betty. This is Gucci #1. Here's Terra. And now we're gonna do the Guerlain. So I think you can see the Guerlain has a finish more like Beach Walk Betty, but it is much warmer. It is not, I wouldn't say that it's warm. I'd say that it's more of a neutral shade and probably more of a bronzer color. And I actually like it on me. I'll show it to you on my face in just a minute. But if you're somebody who absolutely hates, and I mean hates, any warmth to your bronzer, any gold to your bronzer, you're not gonna like it. You know, I'm always gonna be honest with you guys. I'm never gonna say something is great just to get you to buy it. That's just not, that's not how I work. But I will say, although it is a warmer shade, it's not super pigmented, and it has a lovely luminescence to it that I think looks really good on the skin. I actually have been wearing this since I got it, so like a week ago or so, and I think it looks really nice. But it does have, like I said, it does have a warmth. It's not warm, but it has a warmth to it. But you can see, I think it looks really nice on my skin. Maybe it's because my rosacea has really, like, it certainly hasn't disappeared. I'm not saying that, but the product that I've been using, the 30-day thing, has definitely made an impact. My skin is much more even, and again, it's lighter for whatever reason. So maybe that's why, but I do really like it. Okay, I'm gonna put on a little bit of mascara, and then we are gonna go to the Meteorites. A little bit of mascara always makes all the difference, right? So the Meteorites, guys, this is a beautiful, beautiful representation of the Meteorites. The entire can is covered. They did change the scent of the Meteorites. That's another thing I'm a little salty about, not gonna lie. Here's the Guerlain Pucci Puff. The change is that there's a sandalwood note now in addition to the violet. To be honest with you, I don't think they needed it. I'm not sure why they did it, but they didn't consult me. So, but I still like the scent, to be frank. Here is the brush that comes with the Pucci. The brush itself is just gold. There's nothing on the sides. The bottom has the Pucci design, and of course it has the little bag that ties that goes with it so you can carry it around. The Meteorites. If you've never used Meteorites before, the thing about the Meteorites is they have a strong smell, right? That was what I was talking about just a minute ago in regards to the fragrance. It's a very strong smell. If you're somebody who does not want fragrance in your makeup, do not buy this product because it's with you for quite some time. However, I love the fragrance. I think it's beautiful. And the Meteorites imparts a beautiful luminescence to your skin. The reason I fell in love with Meteorites, however many years ago it was a long time ago, long before I had wrinkles to worry about. It doesn't settle into lines. It makes your skin look just glowy and beautiful and healthy, and it's just gorgeous. I mean, it's just a beautiful powder. You can use the puff, you can use this brush, you can use a brush that you want to use. Your skin is gonna look great. It imparts just this beautiful luminescence that I can't really explain. You just have to see it in person. So overall, what are my thoughts about the collection? I think you've already figured it out if you've been watching. I love this collection. I think it's beautiful. The packaging alone is, like I said, it's a jewelry. I mean, it's stunning. I think they did an amazing job with the packaging, and I hands off to Guerlain for doing that, and Pucci. The fact that they changed the cases, I'm still salty about. The fact that they changed the fragrance, I'm still salty about. But I'm very glad I picked up the collection. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's, again, I'll have my end of the year review where I talk about like the best packaging and the best. This is the best packaging by far that I've seen all year. I don't think anything is going to top it. It's beautifully done. I mean, literally, I could take this, put it on an earring, and I would wear this every day. It is that good. Like, it's stunning. The lipstick color I really like. It's rosewood. It says it's nude intense, but I don't get that. But hey, I like the shade. The newest shade that came with this collection, I do have it on its way. I'll do a review for it as soon as I have it. The bronzer, I showed you comparisons. I think it looks great on me, but it is a warmer one. And the eyeshadow palette. Although, first looking at it, I was like, what am I going to do with this? I actually think I created a pretty nice, attractive look for myself the way that I applied it. I used the red on my face. I did not on my cheeks. I did not use the red on my eyes. If you choose to use the red on your eyes, totally get it. And if it works for you, fantastic. With someone with my coloring, I don't think it's going to be flattering for me. So I use it as blush, and I think it looks great. I actually am far happier with this look than I thought I was going to be, so it's a win. That simple. My final word is, if you love Pucci, if you love a beautiful design and you're looking for a set or if you just want the Meteorites or whatever it is, it's 10 out of 10 on the packaging. The actual products I think are all excellent. They are not my first choice of makeup because of color choices and the packaging scent thing. But I have to be if I'm just talking about this collection and I don't factor in the case issue and the scent thing, it's phenomenally good. So I know it's hard to separate those things, but I'm trying to give you my review of just this collection by itself. I will make sure links are below if you have any questions. I really would love to hear your thoughts. I know some of you have already gotten back to me about you're not buying Guerlain because of the lipstick cases and stuff, and I totally respect that. So, if you want to voice those opinions or any other opinions down below, I definitely want to hear from all of you. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon.